Canelo is more than ready to drop Crawford when they meet in the ring. In his most recent training footage, Canelo is seen taking an ice-cold bath, just one of the tools in his camp to make sure his body recovers quickly and maintains peak condition. The cold bath routine is part of a focused, no-nonsense camp under trainer Eddie Reynoso, where every detail is tuned toward enduring a full championship-level war.
Is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!
As that training progresses, fans are beginning to worry about the other side. Terence Crawford's latest training footage has raised concerns among fans and pros who feel the added weight may be slowing him down. Reports indicate Crawford has bulked up from 155 to 186 pounds during camp, with a focus on resistance training and eating more.
The thing about Crawford is he believes he's on it, like he believes he's the one. So that's the difference between him and any other fighter that Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting the individual. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart. But he doesn't care about that because he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and ride it out to the end of the fight.
While that may help with size and power, fans have noticed a drop in speed and sharpness in recent footage. The clip shows Crawford in the gym, built up, stronger, but less quick than what fans have come to expect. The transformation may cost him the edge that usually sets him apart.
Come on, yeah, get it, 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 yeah, get it. Come on, yeah, move out the way, 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 yeah.
Roy Jones Jr. has spoken about the weight issue. Jermell Charlo tried and failed to beat Canelo Alvarez in 2023, coming up short on the scorecards when he jumped up from 154 pounds. Charlo, unlike Crawford, had boxed mostly at 154. Jones Jr. gave his take ahead of the Canelo fight, saying he expects Alvarez to control the action. However, he believes Crawford has a real shot, but only if he dominates the center of the ring and forces the pace. Jones did not see weight being the issue. The weight won't be the factor will be how Canelo chooses to make the fight. Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. If Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight. Crawford must control the center of the ring. If Crawford is allowed to control the center, he'll win, Jones said.
It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who's not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tried to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights.
In an interview with The Ring magazine, legendary promoter Bob Arum summed up Crawford's chances of beating Canelo inside the distance, as he claims he has the power to end the fight early, but expects the Mexican great to go into a shell to avoid running the risk of suffering the first stoppage defeat of his career. I think Crawford will win a wide decision. It'll either be a knockout or a wide decision, more likely a wide decision, because Canelo is going to go into a shell. People don't realize how far back Canelo has gone. It wasn't just the last fight with William Skull, but the fights before then. That view isn't shared by everyone, and others see Crawford's leap in weight as a mistake.
Because I think it's safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to fight like a...
Some onlookers believe that it will prove to be too big a step up for Crawford, and now one of Canelo's previous opponents has weighed in with his take. Former WBO super welterweight champion Liam Smith met Alvarez back in September 2016, with the Mexican claiming a 9th-round stoppage victory. Smith has now told First Round TV how he sees September's mega fight going, believing that Crawford's performance against Israel Madrimov last August shows that he is going to struggle to compete with Canelo. A good fight, but I think Canelo is just too big, too solid. He's shorter than me, it's crazy, but he's solid. We saw it when he fought Charlo. He'll stalk him and just be too big. A lot of people are not looking at Madrimov. We saw Crawford struggle at 154. Madrimov is a poor man's Canelo, if that makes sense.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Crawford could look good in rounds, especially early, but I just think Canelo will stalk him, and the pressure, he's just too solid and too big. It's at 168. If they gave Crawford a fight at 147 next, he can make it. Anybody fighting at 147 shouldn't be anywhere near 168. Smith finished by saying how he thinks Canelo will be victorious. Probably points. Romero, the WBA welterweight champion, didn't hold back when asked his thoughts about the super fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Romero has little doubt that the size differential would be too much for Crawford. We got to give salutes to Terence Crawford. He's moving up 2-3 weight divisions to go fight this dude. Romero told KO on SI, the outspoken Las Vegas native didn't stop there. He took direct aim at Canelo Alvarez's pattern of cherry-picking smaller opponents. But what is Canelo doing fighting a welterweight for a paycheck? Kind of disrespectful. Why doesn't he go and fight Benavidez like a real man? Romero added.
I don't think Canelo Crawford's a big fight.
No?
I think Canelo Benavidez is a big fight.
I think that's huge.
I don't think a dude moving up 3 weight divisions to go fight a dude that's twice his size, you know, I know he looked bigger than him the other day, but I mean, obviously, you know, regardless, I don't think that's not making a big fight.
What?
Crawford remains unfazed by the underdog label in the Canelo Alvarez fight. It marks the first time since his 2013 bout against Breidis Prescott that gamblers are siding elsewhere. But when asked about that, he shrugged it off. It definitely don't matter, said 37-year-old Crawford, who's coming off a huge win over Errol Spence. The odds can't fight for him. It is what it is.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
One reason fans may favor Canelo is the size difference. Crawford is slightly taller and has a longer reach, but Alvarez carries more weight, something Crawford is already preparing to deal with. He's the bigger man, Crawford said. I expect him to box a little bit, but I also expect him to try to walk me down and be the bigger man.
You know, what about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap, or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
I mean, that's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Crawford says he is preparing for anything and is honored to be a part of one of boxing's most monumental fights. Both of us got a lot to lose, but a lot to gain, Crawford said. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Canelo on his part has remained respectful, calling Crawford a complete fighter and noting that his ability to switch stances and adapt rivals some of the best he has seen, including Floyd Mayweather. However, the focus in camp has not been on admiration, but on pressure.
But you know me. I respect everybody, but if you with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence, is that true? Did Turkey Al-Sheikh ask you to spice things up?
Turkey didn't ask me to do nothing. I didn't touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
Canelo is working body shots with precision, leaning into hook-to-head combinations and forcing pace in sparring. he is training like a bigger man, preparing to walk someone down, forcing sharp exchanges, and absorbing movement before closing the gap. Reynoso's camp has kept the same blueprint used against Callum Smith, Caleb Plant, and Charlo, all of whom eventually folded under pressure. They believe Crawford will struggle the same way.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Carl Frampton's honest Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez prediction, which left fans laughing, has stirred up a new debate in boxing circles. In an interview with pro boxing fans, the Irish fighter explained, "I think Crawford wins. I said it when he beat Errol Spence, and everybody laughed at me. I said it that long ago. I genuinely believe Crawford wins." Frampton, a former two-weight world champion, is a longtime admirer of Crawford's skill set, particularly his ability to control range and adapt mid-fight. But he admitted the bout might not deliver on excitement. "I think it is a great fight. Might not be the best fight in the world to watch for Crawford to win. It will have to be a boring fight. I think Canelo's fights are now slower than they used to be." But do you really see it the same way? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.